The last tab is something that only instructors will have access to, and that's the Manage Classroom tab. So once an instructor has redeemed their instructor access code, they're given access to the Classrooms tab, and they'll also get the classroom listed under their account. From here, they can do a quick review of all the classrooms that they have access to and that are actively running. And then if they want to actually interact with anything in the classroom, they'll select details next to it. And this is the page that really all the instructor features come in. So first, there are the two resources I mentioned earlier that you can configure, and these can be configured at any point during the classroom for editing the virtual meeting and file sharing links. So with users, or with a lot of classrooms going on to online meetings, virtual meetings over the last year, we've added it so that users or instructors can add a direct URL to join those meetings straight from the UI, so that users will always have access to this from the lab environment. And all you'll need to do is select the meeting type and enter the URL. Same way with file sharing. If the instructor has any repositories that they may include additional files that they want students to have access to, or even turn-in points where they expect students to turn in their homework, they can also include a link to to their repository as well, so that users always have access to it in the environment. All of our environments or classrooms do provide users with the ability to save their labs. A single save instance will last up to 120 hours by default, and that is 120 hours before they are required to rejoin their lab session, or else it'll tear down. And in addition, a single lab session can be saved up to 10 times across the entire duration of them completing their labs. The count can be reviewed here, and we do have options for changing these values based on the requirements that the instructor needs. Instructors can also review the other instructor access codes. Specifically, if you have any teacher's assistants to help with large classrooms, that you can include additional instructor access codes, which the instructors can all review, as well as the student access codes. So in this case, I have an extra student access code that the instructor can provide if someone is having any trouble. And I can also see that one of these access codes has been redeemed by a student, and I can kind of review their basic information. And I can also see from this active lab column that this user has an active lab session. As the instructor, you are able to join these sessions and work with your students to solve an issue or answer any questions. So I've selected that link that was there, and it opens their session in what we call a shared student session in a new tab in your browser. However, this is a shared session from the instructor's view. And as the instructor, you have full control over their environment. You can open programs, you can type, you can review all their work, working alongside them. This is the students can be watching while you're taking a look at things. You can also review other information from the other virtual machines, and this can be done without interacting or interfering with your student sessions. So your students could be working on another virtual machine while you're maybe taking a look at some of their work on a different one. However, if you're both using the same virtual machine, the user does get a little tag on the mouse cursor with your name, with the instructor's name on it, indicating that you've taken control. Now, because this is a shared session, both users can interact at the same time. However, they will kind of steal control of the virtual machine, so it is always best to let the students know you're working in the environment.